for the second wave. The element of surprise is gone, and the Americans fight back, making the Japanese pay, inflicting damage of their own. A bomber hits the destroyer Downs while she sits in dry dock. Another strikes the commander of naval forces. Admiral Kimmel's flagship, the battleship Pennsylvania, which is in dry dock, detonating guns and ammunition. Dive bombers attack the Raleigh, which has already been hit by torpedoes. One bomb misses the ship's aviation tanks by mere feet. The battleship Tennessee takes 2 bombs and sinks. By this time, the flames on the West Virginia reach as high as the foresail. Yes, the attack is devastating, but there are also numerous stories of heroism. The Nevada on the south end of Fort Island opens fire at 0802, and although her captain and senior officers are not on board, Lieutenant Commander Thomas ignores his wounds and gets the ship underway, even with a huge hole in her port bow. He is able to beach at Navy Point as to not block the channel and allow ships in and out of Pearl. Also on the Nevada, 21-year-old Joseph Tosick Jr., officer of the deck, mans an anti-aircraft battery and continues to direct fire at the enemy aircraft even after a bullet passes through his thigh. He refuses to leave his comrades, refuses to leave the battle. There are also stories of irony and humor. The commander of naval forces on Hawaii, Admiral Kimmel, is standing in front of a window, observing the destruction, when a bullet breaks through that window and grazes his chest. He is unhurt, but considering the circumstances of what's happening outside, the Admiral states, "It would have been much merciful if I'd been killed."
Yesterday,
as word of the extent of the devastation reaches Washington, the country is stunned. Later that day, President Franklin Roosevelt addresses a shocked nation.
a day which will live in the United States of America, suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of all people, we will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
At 10 o'clock, the last of the strike force makes its way back to the waiting carriers, and the Japanese ships begin the long journey back to Japan. The attack lasted only 120 minutes, but American bases lay in ruins, smoke billowing up from the devastation. 8 battleships, 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, 4 auxiliary ships. 18 ships in all lay foundering in the oil-covered waters of Pearl Harbor. More than 350 aircraft stand or completely destroyed. In reality, America's Pacific Fleet has simply ceased to exist. But most horrific, 3,500 Americans lay dead or wounded in what remains of Pearl Harbor and Hickam Air Force Base. The Japanese lost 29 planes and less than 200 men. The Army and Navy spent the rest of the day attending to the movement.
Can you carry me?
Fires.
Okay.
The Arizona Alcohol